Good evening, everyone. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this background. I'm going places, baby. So, what do you guys think of the fake eyebrows? Right? Do you like them, love them, hate them? Um, just making sure we're live in Louisville, Kentucky. So, Renee Buster, my REI secret weapon. Glad you can join us. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. We're still working on the homework. This is the copy I have. You can see that. No. There you go. Maybe. These filters make it so weird. Okay. So chapter 5 is the chapter on imagination. And we're working out of the complete original edition plus bonus material. Again, the author, Napoleon Hill, the godfather, the OG of how to get rich equations. Almost every financial book since he wrote that one has used his ideas and his concepts in some form or fashion. And then we're working out of the official publication of the Napoleon Hill Foundation, Think and Grow Rich Action Guide. If you remember, that was courtesy of Stacey Harris. Thank you very much. We love free stuff from our sponsors. So, imagination is the 5th step toward riches. The imagination is the workshop of the mind. And the imagination is literally the workshop where all plans are fashioned. The impulse, the desire is given shape, form, and action through the aid of the imaginative faculty of the mind. It has been said that people can create anything they can imagine. Of all the ages of civilization, this is the most favorable for the development of the imagination because it is an age of rapid change. On every hand, we can contact stimuli that develops the imagination. Through the aid of our imaginative faculty, we have discovered and harnessed more of nature's forces during the past 50 years than during the entire history of the human race. We have conquered the air so completely that the birds are a poor match for flying. We have harnessed the ether and made it serve as a means of instantaneous communication with any part of the world. We have analyzed and weighed the sun at a distance of millions of miles and determined through the aid of imagination the elements of which it consists. We have discovered that our brains are broadcasting and receiving stations for the vibration of thought, and we are beginning now to learn how to make practical use of this discovery. 2 forms of imagination. The imaginative faculty functions in 2 forms: synthetic imagination and creative imagination. Synthetic imagination. Through synthetic imagination, we can arrange old concepts, ideas, or plans into new combinations. This faculty creates nothing. It merely works with the material of experience, education, and observation with which it is fed. Does it sound familiar? Sounds like generative AI to me. Synthetic imagination, and where AI is never going to be able to replace humans, right? It is the faculty used most by the inventor, with the exception of the genius who draws upon the creative imagination when he or she cannot solve a problem through synthetic imagination. Creative imagination. Through the faculty of creative imagination, the finite mind of humans has direct communication with infinite intelligence. It is the faculty through which hunches and inspirations are received. It is by this faculty that all basic or new ideas are handed over to people. It is through this faculty that thought vibrations from the minds of others are received. It is through this faculty that one individual may tune in or communicate with the subconscious minds of other people. The creative imagination works automatically in the manner described in subsequent pages. This faculty functions only when the conscious mind is vibrating at an exceedingly rapid rate, as, for example, when the conscious mind is stimulated through the emotion of a strong desire. The creative faculty becomes more alert, more receptive to vibrations from the sources mentioned in proportion to its development through use. This statement is significant. Ponder over it before reading on. Keep in mind as you follow these 13 steps or principles that the entire story will be complete only when you have mastered, assimilated, and begun to make use of them all. The great leaders of business, industry, finance, and the great artists, musicians, poets, and writers became great because they developed the faculty of creative imagination. Both the synthetic and creative faculties of imagination become more alert with use, just as any muscle or organ of the body develops through use. Desire is only a thought, an impulse. It is nebulous and ephemeral. It is abstract and of no value until it has been transformed into its physical counterpart. The synthetic imagination is the one used most frequently in the process of transforming the impulse of desire into money. But keep in mind that you may face circumstances and situations that demand use of the creative imagination as well. Transforming the intangible desire into the tangible reality of money requires a plan. Your imaginative faculty may have become weak through inaction. It can be revived and made alert through use. This faculty does not die, though it may become quiescent through lack of use. Transformation of the intangible impulse of desire into the tangible reality of money calls for the use of a plan or plans. These plans must be formed with the aid of the imagination and mainly with the synthetic imagination faculty. Begin at once to put your imagination to work on the building of a plan or plans for the transformation of your desire into money. Detailed instructions for the building of plans have been given in almost every chapter of the Think and Grow Rich book. Carry out the instructions best suited to your needs and reduce your plan to writing if you have not already done so. All right, here we go. Time to do some homework. Important summary points. The impulse, the desire, is given shape, form, and action through the aid of the imaginative faculty of the mind. It has been said that people can create anything they can imagine. Of all the ages of civilization, this is the most favorable for the development of the imagination because it is an age of rapid change. Your only limitation within reason lies in your development and use of your imagination. Synthetic imagination is rearranging old ideas, concepts, and plans into new combinations. Creative imagination is the inspiration of new ideas. The story of practically every great fortune starts with the day when a creator of ideas and a seller of ideas get together and work in harmony. All right, so take action. Are you in the process of transforming the impulse of desire into money? Write your step-by-step process and its progress. Number 2, Has your imaginative faculty become weak through inaction? Do you need to revive it by using it? What action will you take to revive it? Number 3, are you developing your synthetic imagination? It is most often used in the process of converting desire into money. And finally, number 4, transforming the intangible impulse of desire into the tangible reality of money requires a plan or plans. Have you a plan for this transformation? Write a cogent, practical plan and then act on it. And so we're going to pause while I do my homework, and then I'll share the homework with you. And then we'll visit anything from the actual text that I feel the study guide missed. So here we go. Is anyone else as excited as me that, like, I'm already doing a lot of this stuff? I know I say that probably every episode, but I'm stoked. So number 1, are you in the process of transforming the impulsive desire into money? Write your step-by-step process, and it's progress. I refer to it often. I refine it as necessary by adding, deleting, and modifying as necessary, and never giving up. Whatever's on my goal board, that's what I'm working on. It's what I'm working toward. And my goal board is different than my vision board. My vision board are the things that keep me inspired, the things that I want to be able to achieve and do with my life. My goal board is how I'm going to make it there. So I do year-long goals, and I keep them in front of my face all the time. One of the titles that we're going to be adding to the YouTube channel that I want to begin to participate in, or I don't know, I can't think of the word right now. I want to enact it. I want to put it in action. So it's the 12-week year. So you plan by the quarter instead of by the year. So it makes you, it accelerates your growth. Number 2, has your imaginative faculty become weak through inaction? Do you need to revive it by using it? And what action will you take to revive it? And my response to this question was that I feel that my imagination is pretty healthy. It may be wacky, it may be excessive, it may be outside the realm of normalcy, right? I'm a little wacko sometimes, but I'm constantly feeding the funnels of knowledge and thinking of new ways that my knowledge and my experience can be monetized by myself or others. And in fact, I and my family wish that sometimes my imagination would just shut the hell up sometimes. I hope that all of you would have that experience if you desire it. But I would say that there's a healthy balance between having lots of different types of experiences in life, right? Okay, so the number 3, are you developing your synthetic imagination? Segue, unintentional. It is most often used in the process of converting desire into money. Always. I'm always adding knowledge and experiences and different perspectives to the vault, as that's what makes life interesting, entertaining, inspiring, and profitable. Number 4, transforming the intangible impulse of desire into the tangible reality of money requires a plan or plans. Have you a plan for this transformation? Write a cogent, practical plan, and then act on it. I do. I study it often. I adjust it as necessary. And you have to be one of my customers in order to see any more detail than what I share here on the YouTube channel, if you can get that. I wanted to show you guys one of the things that I do daily, right? So it tells you in the last chapter, right? Are you folks carrying this around in your pocket, in your your pocketbook, right? Your self-confidence equation. Here it is in my purse. I've even changed some of the wording. You can see that. Change some of the wording to make it more me. So that it's something that I would say to myself. All right, so the part that anything that I felt like the study guide missed that was in the book that I want to go over as additional homework. Transformation of the intangible impulse of desire into the tangible reality of money calls for the use of a plan or plans. These plans must be formed with the aid of the imagination and mainly with the synthetic faculty. People who spend most of their time in the creative imagination, unfortunately, until they can exercise their synthetic imagination equally well, are not going to be able to monetize their imagination, right? It's going to be rare. It has to be like a one-hit wonder kind of thing. Otherwise, you need organized planning, you need synthetic imagination, is what we're hearing. It's great that you're talented, but you need to know how to run a business, right? Those kinds of concepts. Read the entire book through, then come back to this chapter and begin at once to put your imagination to work on the building of a plan or plans for the transformation of your desire into money. Detailed instructions for the building of plans have been given in almost every chapter. Carry out the instructions best suited to your needs. Reduce your plan to writing if you have not already done so. The moment you complete this, you will have definitely given concrete form to the intangible desire. Read the preceding sentence once more. Transformation of the intangible impulse of desire into the tangible reality of money calls for the use of a plan or plans. These plans must be formed with the aid of the imagination and mainly with the synthetic faculty. Read it aloud very slowly. Slowly. Transformation of the intangible impulse of desire into the tangible reality of money calls for the use of a plan or plans. These plans must be formed with the aid of the imagination and mainly with the synthetic faculty. Read it aloud very slowly, and as you do so, remember that the moment you reduce the statement of your desire and a plan for its realization to writing, you have actually taken the first of a series of steps which will enable you to convert the thought into its physical counterpart. So, continue to read the book. I saw in here a reminder, where was it, that you should, here we go. The principles which follow will open the way for understanding of imagination. Assimilate that which you understand as you read this philosophy for the first time. Then, when you reread it and study it, you will discover that something has happened to clarify it and give you a broader understanding of the whole. Above all, do not stop nor hesitate in your study of these principles until you have read the book at least 3 times, for then you will not want to stop. So keep listening 3 times, and then you'll want to listen over and over and over and over. So I hope you love the sound of my voice, or you like reading for yourself. Or I'm sure there's probably other audibles and what do you call it? audiobooks, but I tend to think I'm a much better reader and a better personality than most of the people who record those audiobooks. All right, kids, let's go get rich together, right? Invite your friends, comment below. Tell me what you think of my filters, my backgrounds. Tell me what you think of my comments. And most of all, make sure that we are plugging people in. Get me some subscribers, right? All right. Good night and see you later. Renee Buster, my REI secret weapon. Tuning out.